Have you ever wondered how to connect to a Postgres database using SQLAlchemy? Well, if you have, you're in the minority, but you're in good company. Today, we're going to do exactly that. We're going to use SQLAlchemy to connect to PSQL, so that way we can create our future equities and crypto price database. Let's dig into some code. Let's jump. Let's create some code. We'll start by opening Jupyter Notebook. Now, obviously, we don't want to have to use Jupyter every single time we want to establish a connection to our database. Instead, we kind of want this stuff in the future to happen behind the scenes. But for now, we'll use Jupyter to understand the code that we're going to create and what's happening under the hood, how to create, what is a database engine, what is a session, what is a database driver. And after we discuss all that, have a firm understanding, I'll upload this Jupyter Notebook to GitHub and also upload a separate file that contains just the stuff that we need, so that way in the next video when we're creating the database model and tables, we'll just import this stuff, get a connection, and away we go. So hopefully that makes sense. So with that being said, let's go ahead and get understanding this SQLAlchemy stuff, okay? So SQLAlchemy is essentially a database wrapper, right? An ORM wrapper, or object relationship mapper. We use SQLAlchemy, and we can use any database with it. In our case, we used PostgreSQL. So SQLAlchemy needs a database driver, which in our case is SciCopG2, and that connects to Postgres itself. We could, have other drivers connect to other database. We don't want the underlying database architecture to matter. We just want to be able to use SQLAlchemy code in order to manipulate our database and don't care about the backend. So that's the benefit of using SQLAlchemy. Now, whenever we're creating a connection using SQLAlchemy, we have really two things that we have to worry about. We need to create an engine, and an engine is something where we pass our database credentials to, and then once we have an engine, we create a session from that engine, and we get multiple sessions per engine, if that makes sense. Let's grab those imports. Do from SQLAlchemy, import create engine from SQLAlchemy.orm, import session maker. And then we're going to also import some utilities. So from SQLAlchemy utils, import database exists and create database. Essentially, if we don't have a database, we want to check to see if the database exists. If it doesn't exist, we want to create it. And then finally, we want to import our connection settings. So I've simply created a local settings.py file, and your password should be different than password. And if you don't know how to create a PSQL database, we talked about that in the previous video. I'll show you how to do that and create permissions to that database. But essentially, we're going to use that Python file to store our credentials, and then we don't include that in our GitHub, or we use our .gitignore file to ignore that from pushing it to a repository. We'll do from local settings, import PostgreSQL, add settings, and then hit enter. So that looks good. So first things first, we'll create our engine, and then after we have our engine, we'll create our session. So let's create a function to get our engine. So def get engine, you can pass it the user, password, host, port, and DB. Pass it the URL string. We'll do PostgreSQL, because that's what we're using. User, password, the host, port, and the database. And then we'll say if not database exists, or essentially the database doesn't exist, create it. And then let's return the engine. Engine equals create engine, URL, full size, and echo false, because we don't want to echo every command, and then return return engine. Okay, that looks good. Now let's create our first engine. Engine equals get engine settings PGUser. Okay, that looks like it worked. And we'll just see if the engine, we'll look at the engine URL. And we can see that it's connected to database alpha, username alpha. Here's our password, and we're connected to localhost using PostgreSQL. Awesome. Now, before we create a session, I don't want to have to pass this username and password every single time to get engine. Let's create another function here to do that for us, right? So we'll do def get engine from settings keys equal pg user, pg password, pg host, pg port, and pgdb, which is essentially all of the keys that we need, right, in order to create a connection to our database. Now we'll do if not all key in key. So we're saying for every key in here, make sure it exists in the settings.key. So for key in settings.keys. And then if it doesn't exist, we raise an exception. Exception, say bad, config file. And now let's just return our engine. We don't need an else because it will never get that far, right? I mean, we don't need the else because, and if it's false, it'll just raise an exception. Okay, so we'll do get engine. In fact, I don't need to do that. I'll do this. Copy this. I'll return get engine and enter. Perfect. Now what we can do is we'll create that session. So sort of along the same lines, we'll do define a new function, get session, engine equals get engine from settings, and then session equals session maker. We bind an engine, and then that would return a session maker, and we just run that to get an individual session, return session. Okay, perfect. And now let's get an actual session. Session equals get session. And we'll just double check to see if it exists. Perfect. Okay, so that shows us that we have a SQLAlchemy ORM session. And that's it. Now you are able to connect to Postgres using Python and SQLAlchemy. We're going to use this connection in the next video where we create a database to store crypto tickers with minute bar pricing. And after that, in other words, there's a lot we got to cover. I hope you enjoyed this video. I hope you're excited about some of the things that I just mentioned. If you found this valuable, please like and subscribe, and I'll see you in the next one. Thanks.